Okay. I had some difficulties getting on here today. I don't know what's going on. I don't know, but it's working, so I'll just leave it there. Ooh, I got a little retightening done, and it's like my hair shrinks up. This is not my favorite part. But moving on. Hi, I'm Mika. Welcome to Leap Taken. And here at Leap Taken, I talk about all things witchy, craft-related, law of attraction, manifesting, esoteric, and everything else in between. And I'm doing my book haul. So my book haul actually took place from Barnes and Nobles. Physically went into the store and I got all these books. And I'm actually really excited about all of them. They're a little bit different, different varieties. I want to build up my library a little bit more. I had talked about before going into the winter months. I like to have good books, good material to read from. So that's why I'm probably heavy emphasis on the book hauls right now. But let me get into it. So the first book I picked up was actually this one. And if you notice, most of these books are over in that discounted section. That was on purpose. But they had some good witchy books over there. So this one is, it's just giving you, I have a crystal Bible. I think it's actually called Crystal Bible. But I thought this one was a little bit more nicer. I like how it's smaller. And I just wanted an updated version of it. But like, it's full color pages, which is helpful. If you have a book and you're trying to understand crystals and stuff like that, you need it to be like updated. Look at this. So like for turquoise, and it, as far as like what do they say about it, they tell you the form, the structure, the rarity, geographical sources, but healing effects. That's what I liked about this book. So like turquoise, healing effects in healing layouts, place over the heart, throat, or thymus area to ease breathing and open flow of emotional expression. Physical and emotional uses, a stone linked to powerful personal protection, enables communication from the highest source of love. Personal uses, wear over the upper chest as personal and psychic protection. So like, I like those types of meanings. That's why I just, like this, like black obsidian. I think a lot of us know about black obsidian, right? First of all, and like, it's pretty, I like the way it looks. So this is like the polished version. So anyway, it says here, it breaks it down. Black, also dark brown and dark green. So it gives you all that type of information. And it's a powerful psychic protection stone, helping to deflect needy or draining energy being projected by other people. Gotta love that. So, I felt like it was pretty accurate. So this is $12, Barnes and Noble. It's worth it. I think it's worth it. They have a crystal color directory, so they break it down by color. So it's organized in a really cool way. I like that. Artificial crystals. There's a section for that, by the way. 274 artificial crystals. So they talk about that, which people get weird about that, like treated quartz, goldstone. So anyway, so that's good to know. They kind of give you a little bit as everything. Crystals as power objects. They talk about that. Crystals for healing. Yeah, this is a good book. This is a good one. I think this is something you want on your shelf. If you don't already have the one that's called Crystal Bible, you're going to want to get this. Next on the list is a little out there. This is, again, from that same spot over there in Barnes & Noble. Y'all know where mine has a double floor, Barnes & Noble, but it's this. Anyway, I heard something. It just threw me off. Oh, it was a bag full. And I'm like, well, who is in my house? Ooh, calm down. Anyway. Myths and legends, classical Greek, Celtic, Norse, Chinese, African, Native American, and more. So I like this because I like to kind of get a little bit more of those details and things like that. I love history. Reading about history and mythology is actually something I've always enjoyed, but I didn't always study it. Just being fully honest. But when I was introduced to it, I always found it very interesting. When I homeschooled my kids, I definitely added mythology, and they ate it up. Like, they just off the top of their heads, my kids, like, they can just tell you things, and they know like certain Greek mythology, they know Roman mythology, they definitely Greek mythology, because I think because we took what they call a classical homeschool approach, Greek mythology is part of that. My daughter probably a little bit about African mythology, but just not a lot. That's not because like she's not interested. It's more on me. I didn't know, but we can all learn. You can always keep learning, right? But yeah, this one it talks about myths of creation, death, and afterlife. It starts for African. Here, it's a good amount of animal fables, stories of wit and wisdom, and then it goes into Celtic, Chinese, classical Greek, Indian, Native American, and then Norse, and finally Scottish. So I'm really looking forward to just like really looking into this, and getting into like creation myth. Abattoir creates mankind from the Yoruba people, West Africa. So this definitely relates to me because that is where I am from. So, like this. I think this is one of those things that's probably also good to have in mythology. Remember what they're calling mythology. For a lot of us, this is part of our spirituality. For the record, I consider Christianity and aspects of that as part of mythology as well. I don't want to fight anybody, but that's what I do. That's what I think. All right, so one more book from that section of Barnes & Noble, The Modern Witch's Journal, Chart Your Magical Journey into Hidden Wisdom. I thought this might be fun. It was only $7. Did I need this book? Y'all know I don't need this book. I got a lot of planners and journals and notebooks and things like that. I did not need this book, but I got the book because I can't resist a good journal. But this is guided, so they have a table of contents. It's not just a notebook. They tell you how to set it up. But anyway, they basically give you prompts. It's like a workbook type thing, powerful days. Like, look at this section. This is the kind of stuff, I always think these books are good if you're lagging a little bit and you're kind of not slacking off, but let's just be honest. If you're not really into your craft like you really want to be, and I don't know, like kind of in a slump, I think these books are good for that because it kind of puts you back in that mindset again. But like powerful days, here it says, choose the right day of the week to perform your spells to maximize their power and enhance the flow of energy. Make a note of the spells that you have performed successfully on these days. So they tell you that, for instance, we'll do Saturday since today is Saturday. Saturn's day is ideal for breaking bad habits, repelling negative influences, and instilling self-discipline. So I guess you would just write down the results of a spell that you did. So you see what I mean? It's kind of like guiding you. This is a section for candle magic. So here it says, like, it's basically giving you a space to write your candle spell. Interpreting the tarot 10 to 15. So I guess there's more pages, obviously. But yeah, this is where you can write down your interpretation of the tarot cards. And then they have like Sabbats in here to balance the elements. They give a little bit of information about elements. And then, more Sabbats. Oh, crystals. They talk about crystals. I guess you can write, your feelings about it or your experience with it. Spells to break negative habits, so that you have your banishing negativity spells. So you can write, the negativity spells that you've created. So that's good. This is actually, I really like this actually. I think this is perfect. Again, hold on a sec. My daughter, per usual, is sending me a text while I am on this live. I don't know if she's like, I don't get her. I'm on live. We go through this like every time. I don't know what this, she's like in her own world. Okay, moving on. Spells for children and family. How to get them to remember what you say. That's what I need to do, a spell for that. How to get the kids to follow what you say, right? Even adult children. Yeah, look at a spell template. So they give a spell template. Hold on, I skipped that. On page 44. So that's good. A spell template. Look at this. So they give that something. So you're not just like randomly doing stuff. So they give a template, correspondence, make notes on correspondence that you find particularly successful. All right, it's not a lot, but it's something to use correspondence. And then, okay, this is interesting. I'm going to really dig into this a little bit more because I might just have fun with this myself. And, you can kind of create some stuff in here and put it someplace else. But for $7, I think it's fun. Yes, fun. Witchcraft is fun, but the Modern Witch's Journal, it's like, instead of calling it a book of shadows, I think this is really good for if you're trying to like get yourself into the practice of making spells and sort of feeling more witchy. You can pull this book out and get your witch on. Okay, not from that discount spot. Tarot and tequila. Okay, Tarot Guide and Cocktails. Y'all know I like a good cocktail. I had to get this book. I have reviewed other books that kind of do the same thing. First of all, can we talk about the shininess? I love the way the book is styled. I love the artwork and how it's set up. Like, look at the contents page. See, that's pretty. I love that. I love the good sugar skull. I'm lulled by that. So, it's set up by introduction, tools of the trade, the major arcana, the minor arcana, breaks it down by the suit of wands, cups, swords, pentacles. So I'm going to we'll just jump ahead to the cups. Or the minor arcana. I don't know. What the mezcal are the... That's cute. Anyway, so I'm trying to get here. So this is really about tequila. Okay, tequila definition, mystical pairing. All right. So this one, that I went to wands. The Ace of Wands cocktail, 2 ounces of ghost pepper tequila. I'm already in. 3 ounces of fresh squeezed tangerine juice or orange juice. 3/4 ounce House of Cards grenadine. Recipe follows. Okay, and that by the way is equal parts pomegranate juice, cane sugar. You put it in a saucepan, you melt it, so you're making a syrup. Okay, I got you. All right, so you melt it down till the sugars dissolve. Let it chill overnight in the refrigerator, and there's your drink. So that's the Ace of Wands cocktail. Okay, I like this. So 3 of Wands cocktail is a little, again, they're all based with obviously tequila. I'm looking at the 8 of Cups now. The 8 of Cups cocktail it's 3 ounces of Penelope bourbon, 4 dashes of Angostura bitters. Wait, I've seen it. Okay, 1 ounce of brown butter syrup. They give you a recipe, an orange peel. All right, I'm already in. I could do all these things, and I would be very happy to do it. I'm not a big tequila person, but I love me a good margarita, so I can get on board. I can definitely get on board with this. But anyway, I'm already in. I like just pairing spirits with tarot or something like that. This is so cool. Like, look at Ace of Swords. Look at this. Okay, so they talk about like a basic definition. Aces are beginnings. And Ace of Swords is saying that you're on the verge of a breakthrough. Oh, wait, Life with Betty Jo. You said, where was the journal from? Oh, it was from Barnes & Noble. Over in the discount section. All of these are Barnes & Noble. I went to the physical store and purchased them. But over in the, when you come in, they have that area down. I have a 2-story one where I lived. So on the first floor by the registers, they always have like those discounted books. And that's where I got this from. So it was only $7. But this one I had to go upstairs to the rest of the actual section. All of it to get it. But anyway, yeah, the Ace of Swords, they even give a reverse basic definition. Okay, so there's the basic definition for the card. Then there's the tequila definition. Culinary school was the best decision you ever made. You've known that you wanted to be a chef your whole life. Graduating with your degree was the happiest day of your life, and getting the first job in a restaurant of your dream was unbelievable. It's a great feeling when you know in your bones what you want to do with your life. So I guess they're giving like this example. You can taste the success on your tongue. It's only a matter of time. A reverse of this is, how are you able to move forward when you can't clearly see what it is that you want? When confusion and scattered thoughts are flying through your brain, you might be feeling some Ace of Swords reversed energy. Now, the tequila definition that Matt, like, this is very interesting. I'm not used to anything like this. This is actually really cool. It's your sophomore year in college. Again, with this example, you thought you knew exactly what you wanted to do with your life, but for some reason, the perception you've had about this particular major is not working out. First of all, I've been there. This isn't the beginning that you initially were hoping for, but it's still a beginning. Once you get through the obstacles presented, you'll acclimate just fine. And then, so like, you read this section here, and then assuming you pulled a card or you're feeling that energy, and then they give you the Ace of Swords cocktail that I mentioned before, and then they talk about the mystical pairing. So there's more verbiage about that. So in a world with so many people, look at this, and so much communication, how can we filter through to the universal truths? It goes on. When shaking the ingredients of this cocktail, do not allow yourself to get all emotional. It says all emotional. You need a clear, logical mind to overcome those pesky feelings that so often get in the way of making the right choice. Let the honest flavors of Ace of Swords guide you to victory and a new beginning. Okay, serve in a champagne glass. First of all, thank you. I like this. Oh my God, this is so cute. I cannot wait to actually try some recipes in this book. This is a good one. I'm glad I got this one. The next thing I got, which let me tell you, I didn't even open it up. I know this is not new, but it's new to me. The Green Witch Tarot. I love her books. This woman here that wrote this, Anne Mora. I'm just going to open it up. I didn't even take the plastic off. That's how much, like, I didn't even do it yet. Oh, I'm about to go nuts with tarot and oracle cards, but y'all just stay with me. I'm going through some things right now, and apparently some retail things, but you know, we all have situations, right? This is new to me. I don't know how old this is to everybody else. Let me look at if they have a copyright date. But I had seen this for a while. I never picked it up. I know I've seen this, from 2020. It's not that old. I'm not that crazy. It's not that old. But I've been wanting it. As a cottage witch, come on, I'm going to go with the Green Witch Tarot. So, still in plastic. Let me open that up. Yeah. I'm trying not to actually mark the cards up. It would be nice if I grabbed scissors, right? Let me do that before I destroy these cards. I actually have scissors. This is an entire office dedicated to my crafts of all sorts. I should have scissors. Here we go. These cards already look fun. Okay, first of all, yes. This does it for me. I don't know why. This, like, look at the shadow. See how the covered cards are set up? I don't know. I like that. So, like, the Green Man, that's the Fool. I like that. I'm not going to show you all, but I'm just going to go through a couple of them. The Witch. And then the High Priestess. Let me show that. I wanted some really witchy cards. I love my Everyday Witch Tarot. Those are honestly by far the most witchy, but I wanted, I don't know, something else. So I picked these up. I don't know, I'm in a mood. The Horned God, the High Priest, the Lady and the Lord. Very Wicca inspired. I used to be Wiccan. I'm here for Wicca. Here's the thing. I don't have anything against Wicca. First of all, Wicca has got, I think it brought a lot of us to the craft. And it helped a lot of us kind of break through the hold of Christianity and so forth. So I will never speak negatively of Wicca. It got me here. The only reason I don't practice that is just because I felt like I just evolved out of that. But I obviously still probably use, I use the holidays, the pagan holidays that are usually associated with Wicca. So I'm not against it. Look at the Wheel of the Year. This is really nice. This is really nice. And then the Standing Stone. The Oak King, so this is like the Hangman. See, I kind of wanted something a little different than the traditional cards. I had the Spellcasters deck. I think they do something similar to this. But yeah, I was feeling this. I like the artwork on these cards. I don't know about y'all. Nature. Trying to watch the light. But I like that. The Wild Hunt. So this would be like the Tower. I think that's pretty nice. The Star. The Moon. Actually, this is so pretty. Wait. Oh, I like that. And the Sun. That's pretty. I mean, I'm really loving the artwork on all these cards. Harvest. World Tree. I'll stop here. I'm not going to go through all the other cards, but here's the World Tree. So, yeah, these are really nice. So really nice, actually. So I'm going to have fun with these for sure, doing some readings. I used my African Goddess cards recently because I had a question on specifically about goddess energy. Hello, Karen D. The book, let's see what their tarot companion book looks like. Oh, it's not. I thought it was going to be shiny pages like in color. It is not. It is not. See, it's black and white. That's okay. That's okay. It's I like when they're colorful. It helps. I don't know, for me. So like I'm looking here at the Green Man. They give like a long. I'm just going with the first one, a really long description, and then here it'll finally say like meaning and reverse. It gives reverse and prompt words, new beginnings, enthusiasm. So that's good to know. So like I'm just gonna go random. 7 of Wands, for instance. It does the same thing. I wanted to know if it did the same thing. It gives you the meaning, reverse, and then prompt words like advantage, defending a position, courage. So that's good to know. So if you're like learning this deck, you get those quick words to kind of say, okay, that's what that means. You can always read a little bit more. But yeah, let me see. They give most of these books will give you some spreads. There's a chapter for just the spreads here. They all the Witch's Circle spread. That's what they're calling it. Elemental Cross spread. And then you have a Wheel of the Year spread, which I always love things like that. Mystic Pyramid spread. 9 card square spread. And simple yes, no answer spread. Oh, there's more. Tree of Life spread. You know what? I usually don't see this many ideas for spreads. A lot of them give like 3, 4, and then you're done. Like they don't really go that hard with them. And I think they really should. I don't know. I think a lot of people would like to have that. One thing I want to note is that on the Major Arcana, they give you a notes section. So I guess you can write down your ideas about what those cards represent. They tell you, of course, how to consecrate your deck, how to read the cards. So that's good to know. It's Green Witchcraft in the Tarot. They break that down. So they give, yeah. It's standard like most books, but I'm in. I like it. Why did this look so Christmassy? It looks like a wreath on the door. Like I should be making that on my door for this holiday season. I do. You know what? I might modify because I already kind of made it. I took a basic wreath. It was simple design, simple things. And I have, if you're familiar at Michael's or Hobby Lobby or any of those craft stores, you get those picks where it's like little pieces of flowers or fake artificial flowers and stuff. And I put those in it. So I could add a pentacle in the middle. I really should. I don't know why I don't do that. I don't know, but the Green Witch Tarot, if you were interested, the cards feel similar to almost all tarot decks that are on the market. They felt like pretty solid. The cards, the quality, the illustrations, it's really, I think it's colorful, it's nice, it's dynamic. I can't speak to the meanings just yet because I didn't get that far into it, but like, again, all right, so looking at the Ace of Chalices, this one says something like, prompt words are abundance and joy. It gives a meaning: abundance, joy, love, fulfillment, blah, blah, blah. Reverse, emotionalism, upsets, delays, unrequited love. This is a card of love, joy, happiness, and abundance. One's cup overflows with emotional satisfaction, and the light of the sun emphasizes the positive energy being transmitted. I can get on board with that. I like that they give the reverse meaning. Again, I'm finding not everybody wants to do that with a lot of their decks, but I like sometimes having it. I don't always. Back in the day, I think I did that more, where I looked at the reversals more. I don't know. I was, I kind of, I think my mindset was more like I kind of wanted the, for lack of better words, to know the doom and the gloom. I wanted to hear, what could possibly go wrong. However, I will say this: I think it can be very distracting having reversals. It just depends on what you're asking, why you're doing this reading. But in general, when I'm just trying to like get clarification, or I'm asking where should my energies, like a daily morning card, part of your ritual, where should I focus my energies this morning? A reverse card, I don't know if it's going to be super helpful. It actually might set me up in a negative way. Those are my thoughts on that. I think it just depends why you're doing that reading. That's when you might, want to do a reversal. But other than that, no, I would not. I don't feel the need to. I don't know. But just to recap the books that I went over: Crystals by Jenny Harding. Full colorful. They color code the book. So depending on the crystal color, like you can use, you see the different colors here on the papers, on each page, so you can figure out which section to go to. So like orange, calcite, polished, and I like they show you whether it's polished or raw. That's always helpful because I have different types of crystals. I have raw and polished. Our favorites, all witches' favorites, amethyst. But anyway, this I think this is a really good book to have. You can just, I'm still working on my tarot journal that I've created. I still need to take more pictures. I kind of let it get behind. So this will be super helpful because I have so many crystals. I said tarot, crystal journal. Ugh, I'm looking at the word tarot. Crystal journal, where I take a picture and I write down my meaning and what it means to me. It usually aligns with what you'll see in a book like this, but I'm adding like my personal experience with those crystals. The other book that I talked about was the Myths and Legends, which I think is just good to have books like this that sort of have a bit of a historical history bent on your historical bent on your studies. Myths and Legends, I think this is good to add for sure, especially if you're part of conversations, if you're like me and people are talking about like mythology and you have an overall idea but you're not sure. This might be a good book to kind of research. What were they talking about again? Like Native American myths. I remember the legend of Hiawatha. I just randomly opened this. Like, this is in my mind a little bit, but I don't remember all the details. I could read that in about 2.5 pages and get up to speed with the what that was about. Because I don't remember everything, but I remember being very young and learning about that, but I don't remember all the details. Look, there's a lot of information in my head. I can't keep it together, which is why I like books. I could always go and reference them. And of course, like the stealing of Thor's hammer, they talk about that. Oh, that's really cool. I like this. This to me, this is fun, just kind of catching up. And it's not like I'm reading an entire book about that one thing. You can find books about that. But, I wanted to kind of just understand a little bit about that information, like Legends of Fairy and Sea Folk. I have books that talk about this, but you might want to just understand just a little, you don't want to spend a whole lot of time on it. 2.5 pages, 3 pages, and you're kind of a little bit more up to speed. The Modern Witch's Journal, chart your magical journey and hidden wisdom. Love, I love anything where you get to write in it, first off, but yeah, I like this. I like just the different things that they're providing in this Witch's Journal. I love it. What makes you a witch? Like, this is the first section in the beginning. It kind of builds. So this is something I recommend all of these, but I really like this one a lot. I can't wait to write into in this one as well. So yes, add that to your library. And just a fun book, a tarot guide with cocktails. So learn tarot and then, with some tequila-based drinks. And here's the back. It's so nice. Isn't this a nice looking book? It's so nice looking. Now this one, it was $20 for this book, by the way. It wasn't that expensive. It's hardback. And this is something, you're going to keep. You can refer to this and make different types of drinks. If you're hosting a party or something along those lines, and you kind of want to work on certain energies for your party, using a tarot deck, you can kind of let this guide you, or even for yourself. I love this. Oh my God, I think this is so cute. But anyway, yeah. So I'm getting it. I'm already looking at drinks already. Like, all right, let me run to the liquor store when this is done and get me some stuff here. Yeah. See, I got a lot of, I'm already thinking like the Empress. One of the drinks for the Empress is tequila, mango nectar, fresh lime juice, sparkling wine, fresh basil leaf. Like, I'm there for this. This sounds tasty. So yes to this. If you want something fun, I mean, it's the holidays. A lot of people, even if you don't host events, like I'm not someone who has a bunch of people coming over, but I know like my son will come visit and my daughter will be here, and they're adults, so we can have some fun with some of these drinks. And then I went over the Green Witch Tarot. Beautiful artwork. The descriptions in the book, I think, are just from what I flipped through. I like what I've read. I like the way they describe the cards. Yes, very fun finds. I like shopping for books. I prefer online because I realize I don't like crowds. I don't. But anyway, like yesterday, I got all this yesterday at Barnes & Noble. Because I was out shopping, I want to say for Black Friday deals, but the only deals I got were candles from Bath & Body Works, so I don't need a new TV. I don't need electronic. I don't need those things that people go crazy over for Black Friday. And honestly, I've read that there weren't really that many deals. I think Cyber Monday will be a bigger deal than Black Friday. Because there's some places and some little stores that I shop at online, and I know that they will have deals, and I'll most likely place an order on Monday, more so than going out, then I felt like going out and looking for something on Friday. Like, I'm like, what are people, if you need stuff, like, let's say you're replacing a TV or some electronics, otherwise I don't get it. I don't feel like you're saving. Like, my daughter got an email for some place, and some place that she purchased stuff from before, and they were like, oh, 20% off Black Friday deals. 20% off. I'm not leaving my house, coming to your store for no dang on 20% off. If it's not 40 or more, I'm not showing up. I'm not leaving my house if it's not 40% off at least. Okay. But anyway, these cards, the Green Witch Tarot, highly recommend. The cards feel, like I said, standard, like most cards, not too thick, not too thin. The artwork is like really distinct, and it kind of is dynamic. It stands out. So highly recommend this as well. Yeah. But yeah, about that. So Speaking of being out in crowds and stores and things like that, for some of us who are for real empaths and have physical reactions to large crowds, and just that energy of crowds, me, yesterday was tough because I had to actually walk out the store, and it was a nice shopping center that I was shopping in where my Barnes and Noble is. So I was able to go like find a bench and sit down and kind of just like catch my breath and ground myself. However, yeah, I felt like overwhelmed inside of that store between go because that was like the second store that we had went to, and Barnes and Noble, Bath and Body Works was the first place I went to because I knew I wanted my candles. It was buy three get three free, so come on, I had to get on that. So I went there first. We had to wait outside in line. COVIDly speaking, now you can only have so many people in the store. So it was crowded there, but I was excited. I don't know. I used to really love holiday crowds. It gets me in a holiday spirit. And I still do, because when we went into Barnes and Noble, I was really excited. I keep saying Barnes and Noble's, Bath and Body Works. I was really excited. The smell goods, the scents, the visuals of Christmas. I don't know. It makes me happy. And I love Barnes and Nobles because I love books. So I was in a positive headspace, but by the time it was just so many people, as we walked to the store in the cars, and the energy started feeling a little too much, like it felt overwhelming. So like I said, I had to just step out the store. My daughter paid for the books, and I just stepped out the store. I couldn't stand in line anymore. It was just too much. I actually became like overheated. And it was just crazy. Like I had a physical reaction. So what I would say is during these times, definitely carry those crystals on you. This is a good time for do that. I love my bracelets that I have on me. These help actually kind of like my shield and signal and for protection to help me. I had on some jewelry. I talk about enchanting jewelry. I should have probably had these on, but I had different earrings on yesterday that I've enchanted. Also, that actually magnify my power, my witch's power. So like intuitiveness, all that sort of stuff. It magnifies that, which can be good, but maybe yesterday wasn't the best thing. But I had my higher self knew, get the heck out of this store. Like, separate yourself. You need a minute. Like, this is too much. You're overwhelmed. So gratefully, I listened to my intuition and I did that. And I was fine after that. But I was really wiped out once I was done. I actually needed to come home and lay down. Because actually, we went to 2 other stores after that. And I realized, wow, like that really, it wasn't just physically going into stores or anything like that. It was the energy. It was just intense. So like I said, in the past, I've always enjoyed that. But it was way overwhelming. Karen B says, I'm an empath too, and it really does become overwhelming. Yeah. I basically just sort of secluded myself yesterday. And that is why I love that I take this whole cottage witchery thing very seriously. In my bedroom, for instance, I set that up as a for real sanctuary. I have crystals, certain lighting, the aromatherapy is on deck. All of that, I have all my gadgets that I want to have around me. I watch things that are going to help, level me out, balance me. I knew I wasn't in a space where I could come into this room. This is sort of my office craft room. I knew I didn't want to come in here and do anything because my energy was I was too imbalanced. I was exhausted, but I was still kind of like, my brain was still going, physically getting tired. Like I was not really balanced. I needed good old fashioned, just like chill in your bed, put some comfy clothes on, get some good food, drink some water, surround yourself with your crystals. And I felt honestly rejuvenated from that. And, actually the rest of the night I was fine. But I needed to sort of just like go inward and just kind of isolate myself for a little bit to regroup, ground, and so forth. So I bring all this up because I can imagine, as Karen B is also someone who's an empath, There's this idea that you can shield yourself. I think you can. I mean, I do. But sometimes, even those of us who are very practiced at shielding, it gets through anyway. And I don't really have a full explanation. The only thing I can think of, I was like in such a positive, happy space because I love Christmas shopping. I like going out. I like shopping. So I was already kind of wide open. And I think if you're open, this is going to happen, right? I was open to the energy. I wanted to kind of siphon off some of that money spending energy and that sort of stuff, money exchange, that currency. I think this is a good time to tap into that. You just got to know your limits. I knew my limit. My limit was take your behind out the store, go sit down on this bench where it's not that many people, ground yourself. And I felt like I got myself together. I was able to go to some other stores. I actually had to go to a craft store, Hobby Lobby. If you know Hobby Lobby was ridiculously hectic yesterday. That was kind of like the part. I went in for one thing and walked out. One thing and walked out. I didn't shop the store like I normally would because I'm listening to my higher self. And she said, get out. So I got what I needed and I left. But listen to that little nudge, that feeling that says, you've had enough, respect it. And if you can, separate yourself. Some people say that wearing a hat even helps with the energy overload. Possibly. I don't know. I had on something. It's funny you say that because I had on like a reddish maroon color yesterday. And I felt like it gave me a sense of power. Red in general, I feel like passionate, powerful. And I had my protective jewelry on as well. And I was able to wear boots because the weather was kind of, at least in the early part of the day here in Arizona, it was kind of nice where you could wear boots, but you don't wear a coat. Anyway, the point is, I purposely had on colors and the type of clothing I had on that kind of made me feel, I don't know, powerful. I felt like ready to take on the world type thing. But yeah, I did. And it was time to retreat. I haven't tried it myself, see if it helps. Yeah. I don't know. Well, I don't really like wearing hats all the time, and I think it would be too warm here. But I could see maybe like a headscarf or something like that. That might be something I might be interested in. It would, look decorative, but it would be more, have more meaning to me once I wore it. So yeah, thank you for that idea. I could definitely do that. But that's where the jewelry comes in for me. I wear the protective jewelry. It kind of helps with that, but I don't know. It was a lot yesterday. I mean, in all fairness, because I love to shop, so I don't have a problem going out normally, but there were a lot of people, a lot of different energy. And then you got to think about it. You got people coming from other places here. So I was able to get some of that energy. I wanted to siphon off a little bit, but I think it became too much. So just use my experience as a reminder when you're out and about during this time, because we are officially in holiday season. Schedule your shopping trips in a way if you are more of an empath where, you're not making it worse for yourself. That's all I'm saying. Just remember that you're an empath. Don't make a day where you're just going to do everything. Maybe stagger it out a little bit. Do some online shopping as much as you can. Even when I went to lunch, by the way, just the energy in the place. And I was really excited to try this new restaurant. But the energy, it was overwhelming. And but use me as an example on just knowing when to stop, when it kind of pull back, because that was super important. But yeah, that's pretty much what I had to review. I will definitely share in a video a drink or two that I make from this book or more. So you can kind of see, and definitely add a little extra witchcraft to it for sure. Things that I learned from here. I'm actually working on something. I actually recorded the video and everything for it, but I didn't like it when I was done. And I felt like I was just reading and repeating stuff I learned versus understanding understanding it and sharing it. So I think this is going to help me. It's more to do with like Celtic or maybe in a little bit of Norse mythology for what I was working on, but this will be super helpful for that. And then I'll go ahead and get that out. That's another series I'm doing where I'm actually talking about mythology, but specific things that I find very interesting. And I think you might too. And this is fun. So maybe I'll do a video where I'm sharing a little bit of information for this one. I'll see. And the crystals, this is going to help me to motivate me to get my crystal journal or crystal book of shadows or crystal grimoire, whatever I'm calling it, finally get done. What I'm doing is I'm physically, like, I keep this quartz here, because that's good, by the way, if like your computers and things like that, you want to keep a piece here. So I always keep this here by my computer. But anyway, like what I've been doing is like using my phone. I take a picture and I print the picture out. I have photo quality paper. I cut it and put it in my notebook. And then I just basically write down. I can add stickers, washi tape, and stuff like that. And with my personalized meaning. So this will get me back on track. This is something I thought I would be done before 2021, but at the rate I'm going, I don't know. I'm going to try to get it done. I just need to like maybe take a bunch of pictures and then just print them out, because I can print more than one to a page, and and then just cut them. I have like scissors, a paper cutter. I have all the tools to do this. I just didn't do it. But yeah, I haven't been doing. I started. I didn't come back to it, but that's something that I will do. But yeah, that is pretty much it. Thank you all for coming. I hope you've had a great Thanksgiving. As I mentioned, if you watch any of my planner videos, I did not do a traditional Thanksgiving at all. Not even remotely. There was nothing traditional about my day on Thursday. However, it was the most satisfying day. It was a day of just self-care. It was all about me, good food, good drink, which I guess is part of Thanksgiving for some, but it was the focus on me, not anybody else. And I thoroughly enjoyed myself. So I don't know if I don't know, I might have started something. I may continue this down the road. I don't know. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed your day, however you chose to spend it, traditionally or not. And I already told you about my Black Friday. So, and for the rest of today, I think I'm just going to work on some creative stuff. I'm kind of fired up. Once I regrouped and grounded and balanced myself from yesterday's activity, I don't know, something ignited, and I want to do some very creative projects. So I'm about to get into that while I eat, and then, got to refuel and then get into that. I have been doing not real much of a focus, but trying to get to the point where I create like an eating window, fasting, but I don't want to call it that, because once I hear that, I become super hungry. But basically, I try to not to eat from one, for a longer stretch of time, and then have a window where I am eating. And the next phase is for me to kick up my exercise routine, or just start it again. I want to get started on these things before the new year. This is just some wellness stuff that I need to do. Because I think physically speaking, it's good. Well, first off, you want to be in good health as much as you can, right? But as it relates to witchcraft, if you're tired all the time, if you are low energy, it's hard to feel like doing, stuff like in this kind of book. It's hard to find, you just don't feel like it. And a lot of times it has to do with maybe we need to be a little bit more, have a little bit more movement in our life. Maybe make rituals where you're physically moving. That's where I'm speaking from what I plan on doing, actually physically moving and making that a ritual and just releasing. So anyway, that's what's going on with me. So again, thank you guys for coming. Thank you for hanging out with me this Saturday. And, let me know if you check out any of these books. in this deck, the Green Witch Tarot. Let me know. I'm curious if anybody else has tried this and their opinion. I'd like to know. All right, so I'll end it here. Have a great rest of your weekend. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share, and all that other YouTube talk. All right, I'm out of here. Bye-bye.